So where did the Scooter connection come from? Because I know
From
that like
Lupe.
that's
Okay, all right. This is the first time I ever said this.
okay.
I fired Lupe.
Really?
Lupe's gone.
When? That has to be brand new.
That's
Has to be.
brand like 2 days ago.
Yeah, I was about to say that has to be brand new because I know he was sending out a statement to different media saying, "Oh, trying basically defending you," So,
Yes, I fired him.
wow. All right. Okay, I guess that explains why he didn't text me back.
Finally got that devil out of there.
Wow, really? So Lupe hooked you up with Scooter?
Yep.
How did that even come about? I guess so. Obviously, you went to New
Honestly,
York.
Lupe is not a bad guy. He's just hard and he thinks he's smart.
Hmm.
So much for the setup talk. Ryan went from claiming it was Devin Haney, Bill Haney, and Zab Judah who set him up with Scooter, just for later on for him to reveal that it was in fact his lawyer who got him in contact with Scooter, which later on he ended up firing Scooter along with his lawyer. So I guess his lawyer is in it too. You see, once you lie, you have to keep lying to cover up the previous lie. How is Ryan gonna blame this on Devin Haney, Bill Haney, and Zab Judah when he already admitted his own team set him up with Scooter? That's a direct contradiction. Ryan already said his own team that he trusts are the ones that linked him up with Scooter. But I want you guys to pay close attention to how racially biased old media is. Michael Benson, who reported on the Fight Hype interview with Ryan Garcia when Ryan revealed that he fired his lawyer because he was the one that linked him up with Scooter. However, when Michael Benson reported the news, he mentioned nothing of that, which is very unprofessional and highly misleading. All Michael Benson reported on is what Ryan Garcia said afterwards when Ryan started talking about his lawyer being connected to Al Heyman, which that was only extra. Michael Benson reported on the extra stuff, but ironically not on the main stuff. This is how this game has no integrity. Old media and the decafs have no integrity in the sport whatsoever. They continuously push their bias agenda to the full front, which is to protect a cheater.
Scooter. Now Scooter came in the last minute and he's the one that gave me the supplements that that were tainted and that tested positive for OSTRINE. That what do you I
Why would
mean
you take something?
make it
You said you didn't know what Scooter gave you. You know it wasn't for weight loss though. Why would you take something if you don't know what
I
it
didn't
is?
know. Why wouldn't anybody? Okay, so if my team hires him and this guy's telling me he's legit, he's been in the game for X, Y, and Z, and this is gonna help me, and blah blah blah, but boom boom, and it's all certified and NCAC or whatever he said, certified. Why the wouldn't I take something that I'm obviously I'm gonna take it if I'm like feel like I'm dying or me it's fair, then I'm like okay, let's do it.
So after Ryan Garcia pleaded guilty to cheating to the New York State Athletic Commission, he told Bill Haney on Live the person that gave him the tainted supplements is someone named Scooter. Then later on, Ryan went on Twitter stating that Scooter set him up. The person he hired to help him lose weight set him up by giving him OSTRINE. Well, I told you guys, Ryan made Scooter the $1 million man because everyone is going to want to hear what Scooter has to say. And ironically, Scooter came out debunking everything Ryan Garcia had to say. Just like the rest, Ryan Garcia blamed for him testing positive for PEDs. Just like them, Scooter debunked everything Ryan Garcia had to say. He debunked all of his accusations. Scooter came out and said, I didn't give Ryan Garcia any OSTRINE. None of my supplements that I gave Ryan had any OSTRINE. And when Scooter was asked then, why did Ryan tested positive for OSTRINE? Scooter said, I don't know. I wasn't with him during camp. I was only hired to help Ryan make weight 11 hours before the weigh-in. Scooter told the whole story of how he helped Ryan make weight. Scooter revealed when he got there, 11 hours before Ryan had to step on the scale, Ryan was at 156 pounds, according to Scooter. So he had 16 pounds to lose within 11 hours. Scooter told the full story of how Ryan just quit at the finish line when he was at 143.2 pounds. Ryan told Scooter, "I don't care, that's enough." More importantly, Scooter revealed he did not give Ryan Garcia any tainted supplements. He did not give Ryan Garcia any supplements that contained OSTRINE. He was just there to do his job after Ryan Garcia hired him, which he did exactly that, like he does for every single fighter he worked with. Scooter highlighted that he only was with Ryan for 11 hours, not the full camp. When Ryan was taking the illegal IV throughout the camp, Scooter was not there, and he wasn't responsible for that. Here is exactly what Scooter had to say. Check it out.
That's that. And
ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney. This was Ryan Garcia, the conditioning coach.
No, not
right here.
the conditioning coach. No, I had nothing to do with that.
Helped him,
I just came in for 11 hours. Right, for the weight cut. I touched nothing of his supplements, nothing. Did I rehydrate him? I can tell you what I rehydrated with him. Yeah, all VADA tested, all good. NutriBioCarb, it's all, you know what I mean? I used the same stuff with Hutchinson, Danny Jacobs, Canelo. So that, in my hand, don't have nothing to do with it.
So basically, if Ryan Garcia was to test positive, anything, you had nothing to do with that because you don't know what he took before the camp.
No, I came in to drop his weight. That's all. Right. They asked me to do something, I did it. I was there.
The half-life is everything. That's what I really have been professing. Like if the amount was so low, because it only lasts in your body a day, if you take it at the beginning, let's say 48 hours before, at the end of 36 hours, the half-life is going to be the amount that's in the system is going to be so low that it'll show up as a little amount. He could have been taking
Talk louder.
He could have been.
I'm old.
He could have been taking it for 3 weeks. It's not about how long you're taking it. It's about when you end it.
Nobody's doubting. I'm not doubting anything, Case. What I'm just saying is the 11 hours I was with him, my job was to get him cut weight. Just like I worked with Saddam when he beat Cotto.
Right. So can I ask you one question?
You know what I'm saying? I had to make weight with him, but he trained with me also against Cotto.
Right. So I have one question to ask. And
talk louder.
Like I said, I have one question to ask. Like I said, I come home, I come gracefully, but I said it's just a question that I'm curious with. So
how come I don't hear him?
No, you've been.
I got it up, dude. I told you I'm not savvy.
No. So
I hear you said I have one question.
Yeah. So when you're a coach, okay, you're a coach, I'm a coach. When anybody's in camp, I say, listen, are you taking anything? Are you doing anything that I should know about? That's the first thing I ask.
Absolutely right. I wasn't in camp with him.
Right, but did you ask him, all right, you're trimming down now. Are you on anything that's bringing you down that I should know about so I could plan properly ahead?
I asked him nothing of the sort. They told me come in and just make weight. It's not for me to question him right now. That's all my job was right now. That should have been during camp. You feel me?
Right.
Everybody should have known was on the same page.
Right. So
exactly. Like if I was Casey, like if you were coaching somebody, you're gonna know exactly what they're taking, and I know you would.
Right, but
just like I do.
I would want to ask to clarify so I know specifically what they're taking. So my thing is like, I would ask, you're trying to cut down. Are you thinking, or are you currently taking anything that that I should know about that is going to bring you down to a certain weight? So this way I could kind of facilitate a proper plan in place, just in general, just as a general question, General
question, as a weight cutting guy coming in on this situation, no, it was 11th hour. Do I understand what you're saying? Without a doubt. But again, the OSTRINE, after reading, you're not cutting weight. He was at 158 to 160 the whole camp, okay?
Right.
And I got him, you know what I'm saying? I got him at 156. So there's not much leeway in there. You feel what I'm saying? But you're absolutely right. If I was his strength and conditioning coach, Everything is written out, and I check against VADA has a whole supplement list. It's a 1, 2, 3, or 4, or a 5. If it's number 1, means it's good. If it's number 2, it's If it's 5, get away from it. Feel me?
Right, but I'm just saying when you came in, if you're in there and they're talking about cutting weight, you can say, okay, what have you done so far to get you to this point where you need me right now?
From what they told me, this is where he's been, 156, Scooter. I said, no problem. And then I did my weight cut. That's it, simple. You know what I'm saying? It's like I didn't have, like Derek didn't even, say anything here. You know what I mean? We both looked at each other at 143, and that was it. That's what he wanted to do. If he would have taken something, he would have. I don't know. Like I said, the OSTRINE you don't take to lose weight. The one that you said before, the clenbuterol, yes. Ephedrine, yes. You know what I'm saying? All these other drugs, yes.
I want you guys to ask all of the Ryan Garcia fans this question. If you got blamed of killing someone, however you 100% innocent, would you plead guilty to killing that person on top of forfeiting more than $1 million in damages, along with agreeing to do a year of house probation? Would you do all of that if you are innocent? That's a rhetorical question. Only a person that's guilty will plead guilty to a scenario like that. Well, that's exactly what Ryan Garcia did. You see, Ryan's explanation to why he pleaded guilty to cheating against Devin Haney made no sense at all. Ryan said the reason why he pleaded guilty instead of facing the hearing was because the commission could have suspended him anyways or punished him anyways. Then what's the problem? First of all, you can ask any lawyer. If you can prove you are innocent, you will receive 0 punishment. If Ryan is claiming Scooter set him up, all he had to do was tell the commission it was Scooter who tainted my supplements, and he will receive 0 punishment. However, he has to prove that. But if he lied about that, he will receive severe punishments to his boxing career and to his financials. So the fact that Ryan Garcia pleaded guilty to cheating instead of standing on business by blaming Scooter for tainting his supplements to the New York State Athletic Commission and face the hearing, that right there proves Ryan Garcia is 100% guilty. And everything he says on social media is nothing but to save face. Just like when he blamed it on Devin Haney, Bill Haney, Victor Conte, VADA, the commission, and now Scooter. But before that, it was the supplements. He blamed it on 3 different types of supplements. Ryan keeps blaming everyone. However, when it got serious and he was supposed to face his hearing without trolling, all of a sudden, he pleaded guilty to cheating. So that's self-explanatory. Ryan said, I didn't want to face the hearing because they could have had suspended me anyways. Well, Canelo didn't plead guilty when he tested positive for PEDs, and guess what? He only got suspended for 6 months. So if Ryan is innocent, then why will Ryan plead guilty to cheating and forfeit more than $1 million in damages, along with agreeing to 1 year suspension? What kind of logic is that? When Canelo, who didn't plead guilty to cheating, only got suspended for 6 months and had to do none of that. Canelo didn't plead guilty to cheating, nor he had to forfeit that type of money, nor he got suspended for that long. Therefore, Ryan Garcia explaining why he took the plea deal made 0 sense. It ain't like he received 0 punishment to accept this type of plea deal. It was the contrary of that. In fact, it was Ryan and his team who proposed this plea deal to the commission. Just think about that. Ryan legal team are the ones that proposed Ryan to pay $1.1 million in damages, $10K to the commission, along with a year's suspension. Why would you plead guilty to cheating and agree to all of that when Canelo, who didn't plead guilty to cheating, didn't do any of that and only got 6 months suspension? You see, that's how terrified Ryan was of facing his hearing after lying to the public so many different times. I told you guys when Ryan tested positive for PEDs, Ryan can troll on social media, but he cannot troll in court. And the moment he faces the hearing, he's gonna stop trolling. Because if he doesn't, then it's gonna end up really bad for him. This is why for the first time, Ryan stopped trolling and listened to his lawyer's advice. You can do a lot of things on social media, but lying and trolling in court will get you in serious trouble. To make matters worse, after Scooter debunked everything Ryan Garcia said, Neutral Bio already did the same exact thing. They exposed Ryan for his tainted supplements he provided to the New York State Athletic Commission. Neutral Bio revealed that the amount of OSTRINE Ryan had in his bottle was not enough for Ryan to test 60 times over the maximum limit, which means Ryan had to take OSTRINE over a long period of time to test 60 times over the maximum limit. And that explains why Ryan Garcia was taking an illegal IV, which is banned by VADA, since that helps fighters mask PEDs. For example, if a fighter is microdosing PEDs, by using IV instead of the PEDs leaving the system within a couple days, instead by using IV, the body ends up flushing the PEDs out of the system within 9 hours. So if that's the method Ryan Garcia was using, microdosing PEDs and flushing it out of his system quicker through IV, then clearly Scooter had nothing to do with that, since he wasn't with Ryan when Ryan was taking the illegal IV. At this point, you guys may be wondering, well, how come Ryan Garcia tested positive the day before the fight and the day of the fight if Scooter wasn't the one that tainted his supplements? Well, the answer is simple. Paulie Malignaggi, who is Devin Haney's #1 hater, explained this to a T. Paulie revealed exactly how fighters who cheat get away with microdosing PEDs during the testing period before the fight. The way they do it, they microdose PEDs in very, very, very small doses, and they take IVs in order to flush it out of their system quicker. Now, when they do that, for Ryan's case, the OSTRINE still hides under the fat, which explains why Ryan Garcia was at 156 11 hours before the fight. Paulie said that makes sense now why Ryan was taking an IV or got caught taking an illegal IV that's banned by VADA, along with being heavy 11 hours before the fight. He was doing that in order to pass the early tests. So when Scooter came in to help Ryan Garcia lose weight 11 hours before the fight, because Ryan lost approximately 12.7 pounds within 11 hours, the OSTRINE that was hiding underneath the fat was now detectable since the OSTRINE went into his bloodstream. It was no longer hiding underneath his fat since Ryan was forced to make weight. This explains the reason why Ryan Garcia didn't want to make weight, and he purposefully came overweight by 3.2 pounds. Ryan already knew the moment he starts losing weight, the more weight he loses, the higher probability the OSTRINE that's hiding underneath his fat will be detectable this time around when he gets tested by VADA. And this is also why, for the people that don't know, the moment Ryan Garcia made weight, or I should say after the weigh-in, since Ryan never made weight, he did not want to piss. He did not want to piss when VADA came to test him. For hours, he refused to piss. That was a sign of guilt right there. I'm not sure if Ryan thought he had enough time to take an illegal IV in order to try to see if he could flush the OSTRINE out of his system or whatnot. Either way, VADA was on Ryan's helmet, and the moment they tested him, all of a sudden, he popped dirty for OSTRINE. So this had nothing to do with Scooter. This had everything to do with what Ryan Garcia did the entire camp leading up to the fight. When Ryan was taking them illegal IVs leading up to the fight, months before Scooter came into the picture, yeah, that had everything to do with that and nothing to do with Scooter. Scooter was only there to do his job. He helped Ryan make weight just like he helps all of the fighters that he works with make weight. And guess what? None of them popped for OSTRINE. Only Ryan did. So that was on Ryan Garcia, which is why he pleaded guilty to cheating to the New York State Athletic Commission instead of blaming it on Scooter. Here is exactly what Paulie Malignaggi had to say. Check it out.
So here's the way it works, and I'm sure Chris also understands because Chris partially explained this to me as well. Here's how it works when you're microdosing. So you bigger dose off season, which is not when there's no fights and nobody's getting tested because boxing is the Wild West and doesn't test in between fights. Yep. And then you're microdosing during camp. And when you're microdosing, it is trapped in the fat and therefore not going into your bloodstream. So therefore it's harder to catch you. When a fighter struggles to make weight, sometimes they're losing all that fat and you get a little bit of tricklage coming out of the fat, and the drugs will come out in small spurts. That's why they're always caught in small doses. And people, the moronic part of the population will say, oh, that's not enough to help him. No, that's just the part that finally leaked.
It's the leftovers, essentially.
Yes, and because they struggle in weight, which is also a typical thing when you start to think about it, why guys keep moving up in weight. So there's less struggles when they're doping to make weight, and therefore they keep moving up in weight and keep showing no signs of weakening and no signs of aging and no signs of, we don't have to name names. The boxing's rife with it, you know? But nonetheless, now when I started to learn this part, because every single time a guy fails, I'm always asking questions and I'm always learning a little bit more. And this time, when it came to this microdosing situation, it's a big way to beat even the random drug tests because it's not going to show up unless you're really draining yourself. So therefore, it makes sense why guys keep moving up in weight. So Ryan was struggling to make the weight and he failed right at the end. But he passed in the middle of camp. This kind of explanation is an explanation worth looking into when it comes to his failed B test, B sample. As for the lawyers, they're going to play lawyer and they're going to manipulate it as much as possible and mention that he passed those tests in the middle of camp. Well, I just explained to you in the method that microdosing work why he would have passed the tests in the middle of camp but failed at the very end. Because at the very end was when he was drained. Remember, he struggled to make weight. He was drained and therefore the substances start coming out, which also explains why he's now talking about fighting at welterweight, junior middleweight, super middleweight against Benavidez. You also get a little bit of sense of why he would do that as well if this is the case. So once you know how the science of it works, you start to really put things together. You can reach your own conclusions. If you want to be a groupie, you can and reach no conclusions. But I'm the person who's going to keep thinking about and keep thinking about not just fighters now, like Ryan, but also fighters in the past, fighters that have failed, fighters that have not failed, and so on and so forth. Really puts a light bulb over the situation.
Whatever happens in the dark always comes to light. With the opinions out of the door and the facts laid out on the table, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comment section below on Scooter, stating that he didn't give Ryan Garcia any OSTRINE. Ryan said he was going to sue everybody. He's going to sue VADA, the commission, Devin Bill, Victor Conti, and even perhaps Scooter. However, ironically, in reality, Ryan did absolutely nothing except of pleading guilty to cheating, while Ryan himself is getting sued by everyone. Ryan even went as far as saying that he was going to sue the supplements company. All of a sudden, the moment Neutral Bio threatened they will sue Ryan for defamation, that's when Ryan waved the white flag and pleaded guilty. Subscribe below and to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.